All right, good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming. When we first learned of what happened down in Atlanta, the first thing our police commissioner wanted to do is he got on the phone, called me, and said, I definitely want to honor these two officers that helped prevent a national tragedy. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first Deputy Commissioner, Tanya Kinsella, and then she'll turn it over to our Chief of Patrol, John Shell, to do exactly that.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I want to start by saying that we always preach in New York City. We always say, when you see something, say something. And when the police commissioner and I first heard about what occurred in Atlanta, we couldn't have been more proud that it was two NYPD retired officers. And we say, when you see something, say something. But our officers, because once a cop, always a cop, not only did they see something, they did something. And for that, we commend you and we thank you. New Yorkers, thank you. We thank you. Atlanta, thank you. Good job. And without further ado, Chief Shell.
Two new American heroes, Kenny and Axel Dotson. They saw something, they reacted, no hesitation, protect and serve, and saved a part of American history. And why? As the commissioner said, once a cop, always a cop. It's in your DNA. They might have been retired that day, but they immediately put themselves on duty as two New York City police officers, took action, and like I said, saved a part of American history. Great job, guys. Now I'll pass it to you guys to come up and say what you got to say. Great job.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kenny Dotson. Here's my brother, and he's going to come up here. Is Axel. Just want to let everybody know, thank you. Very appreciative of this. We really didn't expect this to happen. We didn't expect anything like this when it all happened. When we first pulled up, we just expected to take a picture of the house. That was it, just a picture of the house. And when somebody called us and said that it seemed like he was in distress, that's what got us motivated and moving as well. And when he talked about that the girl was trying to burn the house down right away and then started running away, right away, my brother looks at me and he goes, what do you think? Should we chase her? And I said, well, yes, let's get her. And I said, I'm not chasing anybody. I'll get in the car and run after her. I said, but I'm not running after everybody. So I jumped in the car. He jumped in the car behind me, and we chased the young lady down the street. And at the time, we saw her run across the street. She ran down the alleyway, and that's when my brother jumped out the car, chasing after her. And as soon as he jumped out of the car chasing after her, I want to keep, once again, your police, no matter how long you've been gone, I've been gone for some time, your policing kicks in, and I wanted to keep my eye on him. So as soon as he jumped out and started chasing her down the driveway, I jumped out the car to keep eyes on him and followed him down the driveway. And then I heard him yelling, get down, get down, get down. And I didn't even see her yet, but I'm yelling, get down, because I want her to know somebody else was there also. And I'm yelling, get down, get down, get down. And then we both got on top of her. And Axel will tell you what happened once he saw her.
Yeah.
Good, good.
There you go, this way. Yeah. Well, we told me as soon as we popped up there.
As soon as you saw her when you on the fence.
Oh yeah, so she got on the fence. As soon as we got up there and yelled for her to get down, she pretty much knew she was caught. She didn't really put up much resistance, and got her on the ground. We didn't have any handcuffs, so I basically just held her arms behind her back. And my brother Kenny followed me behind the vehicle that we had, took her back to the scene, and put her down safely and waited for the Atlanta police to show up.
All right, so guys, before we present them with the police commissioner's outstanding citizen award, we'll let them take a couple of questions.
Hi, Christy Crucian, CBS. How does it feel that adrenaline kind of coming back? How do you feel kind of this again? A person
tell you, for me, it was funny. I'm sorry. It was funny for me. Just the day before, we was down there in Atlanta to visit my father. So just the day before, my father asked, "Do you miss the job?" I asked us both, "Do you miss the job?" And I said, "Yeah, I kind of miss that adrenaline rush from time to time. I do. I miss coming out and doing the job and helping people. I miss that." And it's funny that the very next day we're involved in something like that. But it wasn't just the adrenaline rush. It was doing it with my brother that I loved. That I had my brother there and we was doing this. And I was like, "Yo, I made a collar with my little brother." And I couldn't believe it. It was the joy that I had from it. I still feel that now. The joy I had from doing some policing with my little brother. And, I meant to bring the picture, but I have a picture when I came on in the academy in '84, and I meant to bring that with me. And he was a little guy on my leg with my police hat on, and and from that moment on, he always said, "I want to do this too," and he did, and he followed me, and I always hoped that we would work together, and years later we did for one day.
I'm Rebecca White with New York Daily News. Can you speak to how long you have been retired, and if you don't mind telling us your ages and where did you work, and
We'll give some back.
Okay, so then I guess a separate question would be, you mentioned the fence. So could you tell a little bit about, the actual, did she climb up on a fence, and about how far did she run? What was her demeanor? Was she running, or was it more that she was sort of walking?
No, she ran. Once we got to the front of the house, she, runs back up the driveway into the backyard. And it was a fence. I'm trying to, because everything happened so fast. I go to chase her, and I was catching up to her, and, my loud voice, command presence, and she pretty much knew that she was caught.
Can you just talk a little bit about protecting the civil rights legacy of Martin Luther King and what it meant to be a part of protecting that on this day?
Oh, boy. It was a great experience. Like I said, it still hasn't quite hit me yet, because initially, I wasn't even expecting to go to the site. Whenever I always thought of Martin Luther King, I think of Alabama, Selma, Montgomery, Atlanta. It didn't really dawn on me, and it still hasn't hit me, but I'm glad that we were all there, and even the gentleman from Utah, that were able to come and help stop this from happening.
All right, so we'll cut it here, and we'll present them with the police commissioner. All right, you guys want to come up in front of the podium?
Sure.
So,
Sorry. What do I want to say?